All right, good morning. So I jumped on this morning to share the meaning behind Welcome to the Winner's Circle. So when I launched the Facebook group some years ago, I was on my own personal growth and development journey. However, when some people hear the word winning, they automatically assume that there has to be an opponent on the other side of that win, that you have to beat someone else in order to win. And in this case, that's just certainly not true. So when I was in high school, I played sports, and one of the sports that I participated in was track. And I think it was my junior year, I was running the 300 hurdles. That was one of the events that I ran. And I started out my junior year undefeated. I think I had won the first three races for the first three meets. And so I was at a particular meet and I was getting ready to run the 300 hurdles. And I was nervous because I knew that I was going to be competing against a little bit more difficult competition, if you will. And at the end of the race, I came in third and I was devastated. However, when I exited the track, my coach met me in the grass. And the first thing that she said to me was, "Congratulations." And I was so confused because I had just lost my first race of the season for this particular race. And I said, "What do you mean, congratulations?" And she said, "Well, you just hit your personal best time for this race." And in that moment, I realized that oftentimes the races that we think are a competition against other people are really God's way of helping us to become better in that particular area. So I realized that although I came in third, by me competing against people who were faster and better at that race than me, it made me better. They pulled me along. And so another instance of that I want to share is there was this young girl who was very studious. In high school, she would get all the good grades, and I'm not talking about me. But this young lady was, she was very smart. And one particular year, she had a class that was giving her a bit of a challenge. And one day she came home and she was excited and she told her mom, "Mama, I finally did it. I got an A on my exam." And her mama was so excited and they celebrated, and she went on off to do the things that she needed to do. Well, within minutes of their celebration, she came back and she was devastated. She had just learned on a FaceTime call that her two closest friends had scored higher than her. While she had a 97, another friend had 100, and another friend had 104. And now her 97 was no longer to be celebrated. It was no longer good enough. And I don't know who said this quote, but there is this quote that says, "Comparison is the thief of all joy." She went from celebrating her win to being devastated because she was comparing her win to others. So I said that to say that Welcome to the Winner's Circle is a journey of personal growth and development. It is not about beating others at what you're doing. It's about staying in your lane and focusing on running your best race. You know, my daily goal is simple. It is to become 1% better today than I was the day before. So I hope this helps you. I hope you'll join me in Welcome to the Winner's Circle, and I hope you have a wonderful week. All right.